Hello, everyone, and welcome. This is Shaman Durek, and I'm very happy to be here with you on this live. It's wonderful. I'm so sorry. Usually I do the lives on Tuesday. However, I have been in a lot of interviews, meetings, shoots, and different things. And unfortunately, that getting out of the studio wasn't enough time. I was so exhausted. I thought doing a live on Tuesday wasn't going to be possible because I had to conserve my energy and rest because I was up all day on set just shooting. So I'm really happy to be here with all of you and to hold this space with you and how powerful you all are. Oh my goodness, I was just talking to someone today that I was supporting and holding space for. Thank you for bringing me tea. Thank you, honey. Nothing like a good cup of tea for my lovely niece. So, I was talking to someone earlier today and they were talking to me about all the stuff that's happening in the world, all the craziness and chaos and all of that energy, and and how people want to just dive right into that energy. And I say to you, like, that's exactly what the system wants. It wants you to take all your precious, beautiful, creative, empowering energy and give it to the chaos instead of hold on to it and utilize it for you, bringing the love, the energy, the transformation, the healing, the awakening, and all of it to the planet in the way that you feel suited to do so from the things that you love to do. Every time you do something you love to do, you are creating a crescendo of love that expands across the planet. And any energies that meets that love, it actually has a huge effect on it. And so the reason why the system wants you to go into fear, go into lack, go into, oh, the world's falling apart, nothing's going to change, it's going to get worse and worse, right? Is because then you're giving them the power and the energy to continue creating the chaos. And we have to be disruptors right now. We have to be powerful disruptors who are doing the things that we love. So we keep bringing that love energy out into the world. Do you know, even just you laughing or you smiling or you just having a good feeling is canceling out so much darkness on the planet. You just don't know it's doing it because you don't see it and you don't witness it in real time, but it is happening. And the thing is that because you can't see it and because you don't know it's happening, you don't keep that vibration, that lit energy, that vibration, that high vibe energy, that lit leader energy up because you think, oh, am I really making a difference? You think you're only making a difference until you get seen by the world or something that you do that's extraordinary. Just your existence is extraordinary. Just the fact that you exist is extraordinary. Forget the fact that doing something, your existence, just you standing next to someone on a street corner. And if you choose to be in that space of love or happiness, creativity, or feeling good about something you want to create, you're already creating a powerful, extraordinary presence of who you are in that moment. And that in itself is powerful. A lot of times people think that the idea of doing something, I always hear people say, oh, I'm not doing enough or I'm not good enough. Where did you get that false information, that malfunction in thinking that you're not good enough or you haven't done enough, right? That doesn't make sense. You're opening up an idea or a suggestion where you're creating an awareness of some kind of lack when you are not made from lack. You are made from powerful love energy embodied in a physical form made of matter where you get to use your consciousness and your words and your actions to move energy in this life. Well, it's really, really powerful. And if you really want to learn how to really honor that energy and that power and not fragment your energy, we have an amazing webinar tonight. Just in case, I'm just going to drop that in there. If you haven't signed up for the webinar, remember all my webinars, all the healing temples are really inexpensive so that you can afford it and you can come in. And if you just, even if you can't make it tonight, and if you just sign up, you'll still get the video so you can watch it and really up level your energy. But let us go back to that And you can do that by just going on my page, go to the link tree, and then find the webinar. We have great webinars. If you've never been to my webinar, webinars are great. And you can come up on stage and we do healings, and we do all kinds of great things in the webinars. So besides that, let's go back to what I was saying. So you are a being who has infinite potential, right? But your potential is only as good as you're willing to see it is, right? Because it doesn't matter. Let me just pin that. How do you to do that? Pin that. It doesn't matter if you are waiting for someone to tell you how amazing you are. People can tell you 1,000 times, 10,000 times. And what matters is when you actually say it. When you actually have that relationship with yourself where you say, you know what? You are a really amazing person. You are really beautiful. And another thing too is that we're not here to self-diagnose our emotions, like when an emotion comes up of fear or insecurity or lack or doubt or any of these things, we're not supposed to self-diagnose it and be like, oh, I feel fear. Oh, I feel lack. Oh, I feel doubt, and then do nothing about it. We're supposed to engage our soul. That means when an emotion comes up, you're supposed to engage it. You're supposed to say, hey, I see you're scared. I'm here with you. I get it. I love you, and you're going to be okay. You see, your being is not seeking to hear it just from other people, which is nice if you're talking to people who are high vibe and lit and part of the lit leaders, because then they're going to tell you things that are empowering. But you don't want to speak to people who don't see themselves and don't love themselves, because then you're going to get the information that they can only bring forth based on their evolution. You want to direct your energy to yourself. That's what it means to be self-actualized. That's what it means to step into that union with yourself, right? Someone says, what is your opinion about karma? So to me, karma is about you understanding how your behavior and your energy, right? And how you are affecting yourself, because how you affect yourself is how you affect others, right? If you're a person who's giving love to yourself, and acknowledging that love for yourself, acknowledging what a great person you are, acknowledging that you are creating that well-being for yourself by acknowledging yourself, you're going to create that for others. I notice the more I take care of my needs and myself and what I do, the more I'm there for my wife, I'm there for my kids, my bonus kids, I'm there for my family, I'm there for the community. But when I don't take care of myself, I have really nothing to give. And the balance between that, if you come into any of my other webinars, we talk about the balance of energy. Like if you're giving energy to, like, let's say people's conversations that are negative, okay, how much of that energy are you giving, right? And are you giving energy to the news? Are you giving energy to, like, wherever you put your attention, you're giving up energy. And if you're giving more energy out than what you're taking in, you're creating imbalance, and that imbalance will then affect you, and it will affect you in many ways. It can affect you financially, it can affect you health-wise, it can affect you in many different ways, right? And so what we have to learn, and notice I said we, because I'm not here as a guru, I'm here as Shaman Durek, who's here to share love with you, to remind you that you are also a leader and a master in this lifetime. What we have to learn is to be able to keep that balance of taking in more for ourselves, meaning nurturing ourselves more, acknowledging our emotions more, pampering ourselves more, eating the right foods, thinking the right thoughts, feeling the right feelings, and doing it so much, then we give out. Because if we give out more than we take in, it creates an imbalance and a deficit, and then where we begin to suffer. Because we send a message to our spirit that we are not worthy of things that are in balance to what we're giving out. And so we go into lack, we go into scarcity, we go into fear, we go into abandonment, we go into all of these very disruptive energies in our lives. When people go, oh, I don't have enough for myself, that's because you're demonstrating that to the universe. So when I look at karma, I don't look karma as a punishment. I look at karma as a refinement, as a way to reflect into your refinement. Like when I was a kid, I went through different types of abuse, right? But when I was in that abuse, I asked Spirit, why am I going through this? And then I saw my life in Egypt as a pharaoh, and I saw the things that I did, and I saw the people that, that got hurt because of the choices that I made in the way I ruled, because I ruled with a very iron fist. I ruled with no compassion, no mercy, like straight to the point, like protect my kingdom and protect myself from people who might want to overthrow me in my kingdom. So showing any form of weakness to me at that time was a form of putting my family at death, right? So I always thought death if I showed weakness. That's all I thought about. So every time I did anything, it was with an iron fist. So in this lifetime, I had parents who also had the iron fist. And I had to realize that the reason why I was going through what I was going through was because I had to learn not to be like them again in this lifetime. So in this lifetime, I decided to be soft. Not soft where I'm weak, where I let people walk all over me, but soft in meaning what I call soft power, which is power through love, right? Power through love. And power through love is yes, I'm still clear in who I am, and I'm not letting people dictate to me who I am and what I represent. They can have their own opinions and perceptions as they choose. I decide who I am. No one decides that for me. But at the same time, soft power is also being kind and loving and nurturing and vulnerable and showing my inner child, showing my playful side, showing the places where if I feel, emotionally upset, I'm not going to hide it. If I need to cry in my wife's arms, I'm going to cry in her arms, but still be a strong man coming out of it because I can go there. I can go to those places, right? I can access the soft power without needing to dominate or control or dictate or tell people, oh, you're doing this wrong or you didn't do enough spiritual things in order to be spiritual. Like, I don't believe in this idea of spiritual authority. I believe that spirituality, it should be like a playful experience, a journey, an experience of wonder and awe and delight and like, wow, I didn't know I had these gifts, and like, oh my God, I didn't know I could talk to these spirits. Oh my God, I didn't know I could move energy like that. All that kind of stuff. Not this like authority or what I call holier than thou kind of spirituality, which is I'm the all knowing shaman and you are the blah blah blah. Like, I don't believe in that, and I never will. And that doesn't support our evolution, and it doesn't support leadership in the right way, because leadership in the right way is not leading the people, it's building leaders amongst the people. That's how a leader is able to truly be triumphant, is not by me being up here and you being down here. That doesn't work. Hierarchy doesn't work. What supports the growth of our planet is leaders amongst leaders and masters amongst masters, honoring each other for our individuality and our uniqueness. You see, and I think that's so important because we look at a rainbow. My sister was saying the other day, she's like, I don't understand how people don't love a rainbow. And I love what she said. She was like talking to me on the phone, but people don't love a rainbow. I said, no, many people love a rainbow, but she goes, no, but they don't. And I go, what do you mean, Angelina? And she said, well, rainbows are the representation of all of the amazing people in colors and cultures and sizes and shapes and small noses, big bodies, small bodies, all kinds of people who are attracted to the same sex, who are not of the same sex, who would love each other, love however they want to be. You know, God created that rainbow, and people see a rainbow, they go, oh, I love a rainbow, but they don't love the uniqueness of humanity, the differences, the nuances that are so differently and in all of its beautiful array of colors and energies. Soul sexual, exactly. And the thing is, it goes beyond these boxes that we've been put into, these limitations that we have been brought into. Have you ever practiced Buddhism? I have. I used to have a Gohanzen, and I used to chant Nameho Renge Kyo and going to the Buddhist temple. It was a lovely time in my life when I was younger. And so when we create these boxes, when we create these checks and these checks and balances of humanity where we exclude one people over the other, we're not appreciating the rainbow. We're not appreciating the gifts We don't do that to the trees. There's all kinds of trees, and we're not trying to cut down all a certain amount of trees and keep the ones that we like because those ones are looking more dominant than the others. We don't do that, but we do it to human beings. You know, it's very interesting. I find that we have to gain more compassion on this planet. We have to get out of the places where we are not embracing and accepting all of God's creation, right? And we have to acknowledge that the people who are operating in that field of consciousness, right, are operating there because they're afraid to leave that space. They're afraid to leave that space because they don't see or understand themselves. And how can you accept someone else if you don't understand yourself? This is a very interesting thing that I always like to look at is like, I was coming on this realization recently how I got so many people of my own skin color writing me and putting me down for, me being me, making fun of me, for being soul sexual and that my wife would choose a soul sexual man. And does she know? And like, saying all these very interesting things. And I thought, what happened to people honoring excellence? And, especially in my own culture, why aren't they honoring Black excellence? Where's the people who are coming forward and honoring Black excellence, appreciating and honoring their own people instead of putting them down? And what I realized is that people put each other down because they're constantly putting themselves down. And so when they don't see the power and excellence within themselves, they cannot see the excellence in another person. And I always say it's better for you to be friends with people who see their own excellence than to be with someone who doesn't. Because if someone doesn't see their excellence, those are the people you have to be careful of. You really do. People say it's not my color, it's my actions. But it's funny when people say that because my actions are only things they've read in the press. They've never actually heard me actually say it. They've never actually, like, someone mentioned something today to me about saying that their imprints in women's vaginas are something that someone said in the press about me. Or the fact that I was in prison, which I've never been in prison. Like, just really interesting things people write about me in my Wikipedia that are so untrue. Um, I did talk about, women having imprints, but it was after being raped or having sex with a partner that was aggressive, and they have emotional imprints, but not a real imprint. But of course, they had to bring like a doctor and they had to bring like someone in to like basically clarify in the press that I was talking about some scar in the women's vagina. I thought that was very interesting. We have to, again, realize that a lot of people get their opinions from the media, and that's how the media controls the people. That's how they get you angry. That's how they rile you up, because all they have to do is keep, putting that energy out there. Um, yeah, when people say I post about my ego. So let me explain to you what I mean by ego, because people saw a post saying I'm all about my ego. I am about my ego. I am. I don't believe what people say about the ego, but I don't believe I need to clarify what I mean so people can understand, because sometimes I think people don't understand what I mean. So when I say that I have a big ego, I'll tell you what I mean. I mean that the ego is what anchors you on the planet. But there is an imbalanced ego, which comes out of fear, lack, and limitation, which is, I think, that it wants to step on people. It wants to believe that it's better than other people. It wants to crush other people to get ahead. And it manipulates and it does all these things so that it can maintain a certain power of authority over people. Okay. That's not the ego that I'm talking about. I'm talking about the ego that clarifies who I am in God. Okay. So my mother and father, God, created me out of love. And anytime someone comes in my face and tries to tell me that I'm a con man, a crook, or this or that and the other, that's where my ego comes in and goes, I'm so sorry, but God created me as a being of love, and that's all I care about is love and kindness and being good to people. So I'm not going to accept that. And I won't accept it. I won't accept what you say about me as truth to me because you say it. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're the ambassador of China, right? And so literally they make up these stories about what I mean. And what's really fascinating is that the press not only will make up stories about what I mean, they never ask me what I mean. And when I do tell them, they never write what I say. And then they take what I say and twist it and then bring in some people who are considered authority figures or I guess experts on something to talk about something that they don't really know what I'm talking about. So they're making their own ideas about it. And then it becomes even more jumbled and more crazy. And when I read it, I just kind of go like, wow, me and my wife are like, wow, that's what they think you mean? Just like people say to me, right, all the time that I think kids are unhappy and they get cancer. That's not what I meant. I was saying that when I do a shamanic session, shamans, one of the things we do is we ask the body or the spirit or the energy of the adult or the kid, why do you have this cancer or why do you want this cancer? Because the body has its own truth. It doesn't mean we think the kid wants the cancer or the person, the adult wants the cancer. That's not what I meant in my book. And if people have read my book instead of just take little clips out of my book, and they've read the whole entire spirit hacking book, you will understand what I mean because I talk about different things that lead up to that conversation. But it's very fascinating. It's very fascinating how people twist what I say to meet their ideas of what they want to hear. So, and then someone said something recently about like I was canceled from a publisher house in Norway. I don't care if I was canceled from that publishing house in Norway. I'm in one of the biggest publishing houses in the world, but no one talks about that. They keep bringing everything back to Norway. So before I met Martha, I was Shaman Durek. So I got to share this with all of you. So before I met Martha, I was Shaman Durek. And I traveled to Israel, Palestine. I lived in Israel. I did a lot of things there. I worked with a lot of people there. Did a lot of conferences there. Went to Palestine, spent time with different families there. I lived in Turkey. I had a TV show in Turkey. I had 2 TV shows in Israel. I also wrote a book in Turkey called Uyanış that was actually taught in some of the colleges in Turkey. I started a women's group in Turkey that taught women, Muslim and Israeli women how to come together. I've lived in Iceland. I've lived in Spain, in Barcelona. I've lived in Ibiza. I've lived in England. I've lived in different places. I've had press all over the world before I even met Martha. So no one talks about the accolades and the things that I did because the Wikipedia has been taken over by people who just write all the crazy things that the Norwegian press says about me, which are not even true, without facts or any true evidence, and then twists it, based on what this person said and what this person thinks or what my ex-boyfriend thinks. And like, why would the press want to talk to my exes? Can you imagine the press talking to your ex that you had a falling out with? Imagine what they would say. I think that's absolutely fascinating to me. Right? That people would actually go to your ex partners that you had falling out with, your ex thing, but they don't talk to any of the celebrities that I've worked with, or politicians, or presidents, or people that I've worked with who had miraculous experiences. No, they only talk to the people who hate you. And that's supposed to be source of information that is actually qualified to put in someone's Wikipedia and write about. Or even the fact that I was engaged to a man, which I was never engaged to a man. Would they even put that in my Wikipedia, which I thought was funny. I was like, where did you guys get that information from? My ex who wanted that to be that way, but that was never the case. I would never not be the case at all. And then also too, as a soul sexual person, a lot of times if you look at the Netflix show, they try to make it seem like I've been gay my whole life. I haven't. I dated many women in my life, many beautiful women who are actually some of my best friends still to this day. And And Martha, before I even met Martha, I was dating a woman. And so again, they're not showing all aspects of me. And that's why I think it's important when I do my next show, that we show more of who we are, more of the spiritual community, more of our family, my family members and their personalities, and more deeper inspirations about who Martha really is. No, we're not taking ownership of any of that. But I'm sharing it with you so you have more context. Not sharing it with you because I'm a victim or anything. I'm sharing with you because I want you to have context of what is and what isn't, because you are a part of this beautiful community. And it's important in this community to be able to share these things with you so you understand. So if you do go on my Wikipedia and you're like, what? Why do they say all these things? He was on the doctors, like what, 14 shows on the doctors in Good Morning America, and all these amazing things and accolades that I've done that you don't see anywhere on my Wikipedia because it's been taken over by people who only want to spread hate about me. And so anyway, moving forward. So it's important for you to have that knowledge and that information, because a lot of times people will talk about me and they don't even spend time getting to know about my knowledge and my wisdom and where I really come from, what my core energy is. They just write my history and tell people what they think about my shamanism and where it came from. And they don't even know my family's roots. They just make up stories. And it's funny because my family is watching and going like, so interesting. That is so not our family. That's not the truth. But it's interesting what happens when you're a public figure and how people utilize lies because you're bringing so much light on the planet. When you bring so much love on the planet, and this is something I want to share with you, family. When you bring so much love on the planet, you have to be aware that there will be people who will try to take that light out, right? To shine darkness into that light. And you just can't let them. You got to stay resilient. You got to stay in your truth. Even if people laugh, even if people laugh at you, make fun of you, call you a clown, say that you're a charlatan, you're a fake, you're a phony, you're crazy, you lost your mind, right? That's what they did to Jesus. And it's funny that you actually said that, because someone wrote me the other day telling me something about the fact that I'm bringing evil stuff and I should give my life to Jesus. And I was like, I love Jesus. Why would you not think I love Jesus? Like, it's crazy. And it's funny because the people who are actually doing those things, if Jesus was around at this time, now they were in that time, they would have crucified Jesus, because the way they act towards me is the same way they would act towards Jesus, because Jesus was bringing new things to people at that time that weren't ready to hear the teachings and the messages, right? And so therefore, they were not able, they were the ones who wanted to crucify him, and they would have done the exact same thing. So I find it funny how a lot of people who are deeply religious and like judgmental and say like disparaging things. One person was saying something to me the other day, and I wrote them a scripture from the Bible, and it said something in regards to the fact that they should not bear false witness or judge someone. And that's exactly what they were doing. So I was like, how can you sit there and call yourself a Christian when you don't even follow your own teachings? And you would have crucified Jesus if Jesus was around, because at that time, people's minds were in a different place than where Jesus was. The same thing with Lord Siddhartha, who became Gautama Buddha. The same thing with Gandhi. The same thing with Dr. Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. The same thing with, Helen Keller. The same thing with, Amelia Earhart, when she was like, I can fly this airplane. And no one was like, oh, only men fly. Women don't fly, Said same thing with Edgar Casey, I mean, like, how people don't understand, right? That if you can't accept that there is an awakening that God is bringing on the planet right now for people. And if people are resistant to it, they're the same people that were back in the time when Jesus was being crucified. They would have thrown me on the cross a long time ago. Trust me. And who's to say that they haven't? Sat Nam, exactly. So I find our community to be so powerful And so, um, what did you say? What did you say here? In Austria, a very kind, intelligent person, Clemens Away, took his own life because of all the lies about him on Wikipedia. Exactly. And if you see the things they write about me in Wikipedia, you would go, "What? I sound like a monster to some people," but it's not true. And it's funny how people just take stories and flip them to meet their own narratives and then and then get other people's opinions to tell stories on my Wikipedia without me having any say whatsoever. It's crazy. But anyway, moving forward, let's focus more on you. So you all, right, are at this time in evolution, this beautiful time in evolution. Even if you see all the craziness and chaos on the planet, don't focus so much on that. Focus on God, on our mother, father, God. Focus on the divine. Focus on the Christ energy. Focus on the fact that you're supposed to keep your mind on God, not on the chaos. That's what the system wants, right? You want to keep your mind on creation and the energy that's inside of you that's asking you to bring heaven on earth, to make heaven on earth. Now, let me explain to you what that means. Heaven on earth, I have complained and they've done nothing about it. Heaven on earth is literally you doing what you love and then living in that truth of that love, and then divinely sharing that energy with the world from your essence, from your being, to give other people permission to you do what they love, right? And then they share that essence and that divinity from their being, and then carry it forward until we create heaven. Because we already have heaven waiting for us. We already have this beautiful heaven. The way you ever see heaven, that's how heaven's going to be for you. Everyone has their own heaven and it's huge. It's kind of like, imagine you have like your own universe and it's all yours. And then I have my own universe, and like heaven is beautiful and it's infinite space and it's beautiful. And if you want to swim there, you can swim. If you want to eat pizza, you can eat pizza. If you want to fly, you can fly. Whatever you want to do, it's available. You don't get hurt there. There's no pain. There's no suffering. It's a beautiful place. But we chose a human form. We chose geographical location of entry. We chose our parents to give us certain experiences of things that we left behind when we had other lives so that we can clean up our mess. We chose to be male or female. We chose to be located at different places in the world, right? So that we can shine and hold the torch of love on the planet wherever we are. That's what makes us lit leaders of legacy. That's what makes us so powerful and important to the greater whole of our global community. Not the hierarchy, not the I'm a guru, I'm a shaman, then I'm better than you. No, we're in this together. I make mistakes all the time. Trust me, I make mistakes. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'm holier than thou. I make mistakes, and when I make my mistakes, I take ownership of those mistakes and honor them, and then shift them and change them and use them for medicine and teachings to share with the community and with people. We have to ascend. And ascending means not persecuting, not blaming, not shaming, and no shaming here, not blaming people. Like I meet people who are light skin color, who have racism in them. I'm not sitting there blaming them and judging them. I'm going like, it was inbred in you. It's okay. I'm just going to show you how to move through it, right? I had to escape Norway because of my narcissistic family. Okay. Oh, wow. Well, I'm glad that you made the choices that best support you. So again, we have to make sure that we are lifting the vibrational field, not going deeper into the chaos that the system wants us to, so we can lose ourselves, so we can get lost in the tornado, so we can get swept up in the Maya. We don't want to get swept up in the Maya. We want to get into a place of acceptance, of love, high vibration energy. When people talk to us low vibration, we just kind of go like, what is something that what you said is not coming from the highest truth, highest light? What can you say right now that will actually take your energy higher? We have to start calling people out. We have to start calling ourselves in. Is it's going to take us to a higher level of transformity and transformation at the highest level of alchemy. Because what happens is when we are willing to take something that is low density, low vibration, and lift it up to a higher level of consciousness where we're able to start coming from more love, kindness, compassion, generosity, and understanding. Like I have people write me hate messages all the time, right? But when they write me, I don't respond with hate. I respond with truth, love, kindness, and let people know like these are your perceptions. You can hate me if you want to. I still love you. And some people will be like, well, I don't love you, and blah blah blah. And that's okay. You don't have to love me. One time I was in Turkey, I was giving a lecture, and this guy came in the middle of my lecture. The press was there. It was really funny. And he came in, he's like, why are you guys listening to this guy? We're Muslim. Why are you listening to him? And then finally they had to escort him out of the room. But at the end, I want to give him a hug, and he pushed me against the wall and goes, don't you ever try to hug me. I don't want to hug you. And I said, that's fine. I said, and maybe you don't want to hug in this life, maybe in late, and maybe another year, maybe in another lifetime. It doesn't matter. My arms will be open for you when you're ready. We have to not create an energy where we focus on when people give us negativity, that we give negativity back because we have to be defensive. No, we come from love. You want to hate us? Fine, you hate us. You think we're crazy? That's your perception. You have a problem with us? To have the problem with us. But we're going to keep rising. We're going to keep rising. And the more we keep rising, we lift the veil of disillusionment because we're not participating in the nonsense, in the chaos, in the Maya. Do you understand? And that's really important. And that's what me and my wife stand for. It's like lifting the vibration, praying, acknowledging people, being kind to people, honoring people when they come up to us, and really holding the foundations of how to demonstrate love in this world. And I think that's really important. So that being said, okay, so let's go ahead and let's do let's see who wants to go live with me. It's going to do a little live with someone. Let's see who we want to bring in. Oh, we know. My birthday wish is for all to love more. That's my life wish. That's my life wish.
Ah! Hello.
Hello, darling.
Oh my God, I love you so much. This is so funny. I had a feeling that you would choose me today.
You know, Sometimes people have that intuition, and you have that intuition to feel into that. That's beautiful. That means you're using your feminine energy, and I love to hear that.
Oh, thank you so much.
So how can I support you, my love?
Oh my gosh. This is so funny. I was like, what am I gonna say when he picks me? You know what? I feel like life is so good. It's so like things have been going so well for me for the whole year, and I feel so grateful and abundant. I just feel like there's like
Praise God and the spirits, all the beings supporting you and being able to get to that place of having that experience. So that's amazing. Okay, great.
thank you so much. And I just feel like I'm kind of like shifting into new creative endeavors. Like I was in one career path for a long time and I love it. Don't get me wrong. Like there's so many things and people that I love about it and I'm grateful to do. But there's also this part of me that's like, I feel like I want to be doing something else and more creative and more fun. And
Let's
so,
get your codes and see what your being is, what the codes are coming through. Let's take a look at that for a second, okay?
okay.
Okay, let's see. You've got 81-7. Okay, so 81-7 is the code of the explorer. It's the code of I know how to do this with my eyes closed. I've been doing this. I know how to do what I'm doing. I get it, but I need more challenge. I need to be challenged. I need to be able to express more of my creativity. It's the code of someone who has seen the way things operate and feels like they don't want to get stuck in that space. And so they're looking for ways to step into more of their creativity. But the thing with that code is because you have a number two next to it, and that represents in the code reading that there's a fear. And the fear that comes in when it comes to number two is all about you moving too quickly without really setting up the places that you need to set up to make yourself feel comfortable to step into something new. It's an idea. It's a great ideas that come over you, but your emotion self is going like, you haven't had that conversation with us yet to make us feel secure. So there's that part of your being that's going, yeah, that sounds great, but, and so it's creating the but, it's creating that energy because it needs you to engage it. So what I want you to do is I want you to say out loud, I want you to say the part that's afraid,
The part that's afraid.
I'm here for you.
I'm here for you.
You happy that I'm showing up for you today?
Are you happy that I'm showing up for you today?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And then say, I know you feel that I'm always moving forward with things without including you, and I'm sorry about that.
I know you always feel like I'm moving forward with things without including you, and I'm sorry for that.
Are you happy that I'm sharing that with you?
Are you happy that I'm sharing that with you? Yes.
Do you see what it's creating in your internal system?
Yeah, it's like heating up inside me,
Yeah.
like a
The
lot of heat. Yeah.
heat that you feel is the activation that you're actually engaging your own being. What most people do is they get these roadblocks, like maybe they don't get a job or the money's not coming in or they don't find a relationship and they think that the universe is doing something to them. And they don't realize that it's actually their being that's actually doing it. Their being is like, you didn't have that conversation with me. You didn't bring you. Our whole family issue has always been around money, and that makes me uncomfortable. And you haven't talked to me about it. So I'm not going to move this energy. Right.
Mhm.
And so now what I want you to say is, now that we're having this conversation, do you feel that I'm supporting you more?
Now that we've had this conversation, do you feel like I'm supporting you more? Like, yes, absolutely.
And do you see how the energy in your body, what you're feeling?
Yeah, it's almost like a nervousness, like a tingling nervousness, like a shaking, like when something like exciting is happening to you, you're like, "Oh my god, is that actually happening?" That's
Mhm.
what it feels like.
Fantastic. And then I want you to say, what are the fears you have and stepping into something new that is unknown?
What are the fears that you have of stepping, into the unknown?
That's new.
That's new. I think it's this I think it's fear of failure,
Okay.
even though
Don't put any kind of story onto it. Just honor the emotion that is coming up. Say, I see that you're afraid to fail. Say that.
I see that you're afraid to fail.
I want you to know there's no such thing.
I want you to know that there's no such thing.
There's only evolution
There's only evolution
and growth.
and growth,
And I'm going to be with you every step of the way.
and I'm gonna be with you every step of the way.
How does that make you feel that I'm showing up for you and taking ownership?
How does that make you feel that I'm what was it?
Go with you.
That I'm showing up for you and taking ownership. It's like a "I'm happy you got this" kind of feel in my head.
Exactly. Because the biggest problem we have and what we haven't been taught when we were little kids is that when we have an emotion, we don't have an emotion just because we have an emotion. We have an emotion because it's our spirit saying, hey, this is in the way of me shining my light into through you into this world. So engage it. But we're not taught to engage it. We're not taught to show up for ourselves. We are taught to betray ourselves. We're taught to run away from ourselves. We're taught to abandon ourselves. We're taught to not listen to ourselves. And if we can't listen to ourselves and we abandon ourselves, of course, we can't show up for other people, right? Because we can't even show up for ourselves.
Yeah.
Right. And so what happens is we grow up building all of these protective measures every time an emotion comes up. And emotions like, we don't want a protective measure. We want you to take ownership and engage what's happening so we can clear it, so we can get back to the good stuff.
Mhm. Gotcha. So you're saying, like, once I talk to myself through, be like, "Why are you feeling afraid?" or "Why are you being afraid to be seen?" Like, once I talk myself through that, that'll clear the roadway of, like, moving forward and make it easy?
Yeah. And you can even ask your soul, say, soul, is this true? Is this what you've been waiting for?
"Well, is this true? Is this what you've been waiting for?" It's like, "Yeah, definitely go for it."
Okay, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run some synthesis test on you. Just tell me when you feel the energy in your body. I'm just gonna go ahead and start the process now.
Okay. I feel like tingling in my hands and like my heart beating.
Great. Give me 1 second. Spirits, let me know when she increases that energy and she starts to release any poisons that have been getting in the way of her making the decisions that are right for her life. And just let everyone know what you're experiencing.
This feeling of heat, but it's clearing and like my throat's starting to clear a little bit and it
Mhm.
like slowly washing away like the heat and the tingling that I was experiencing.
Okay, let's talk to the spirits. Spirits, it's so wonderful how you're showing up for her today. Can you go ahead and clean out more poisons out of her system and clear it from her mouth and throat? Now, you can either choose it through her deep breath, or you can yawn it, or you can cough it, or burp it, or swallow her throat, or whatever way you find the best way to clear these energies out. Thank you for doing so. Okay, so the spirit has chosen the deep breath way of releasing. That's great. Spirit, can you go ahead and increase that and keep releasing and processing the energy? Okay, notice clearing, licking of the lips, clearing of the throat. So that's all throat chakra. It's all power energy, right? Good. Breathing.
Feeling lightheaded.
That's normal when you're actually when the spirits are doing stuff on you. You'll start to get lightheaded as they're moving energies through your body. Also because your breathing is increasing, so you're getting more oxygen into your bloodstream, which is a normal at effect of filling your blood up with lots of oxygen as well, which passes the blood-brain barrier in your brain, which also then allows that lightheaded sensation. And spirits, let me know when you go even deeper into her system. I want you to go into her parasympathetic nervous system, any place where she's holding on to old records, energies from things that happened in her childhood. I want to dissolve that timeline. Let me know when that timeline's dissolved and release it from her system through uncontrollable cough, uncontrollable yawn, or uncontrollable deep breath, burp it out her system, whatever way you feel is best. You know better than I do, so thank you for showing up for her. Someone said, "I always hear a background noise on your live." I have no idea what you're hearing. Good, and tell me how you're feeling with the stuff that's coming out of you.
I'm feeling like a tingling, lightheaded sensation, it's just like a really strong energy like in my body, like working and coming out. That's what I feel.
Mhm, tell me when that increases.
Okay, it's increasing.
And for those of you who are at home who are getting what are called transferred healing, that's normal. If you're feeling sensations in your body or getting tired or feeling heavy or any of that, that's also because you're getting transferred healing. Usually, when the spirits are doing healing, they also start to do healing on others who are watching and experiencing. Good. And throat spirit that is chosen as the elemental to be her throat. Thank you for showing up today. It's so beautiful how you're clearing the energy out of her system and releasing it to open up her chakra of her throat. Thank you, throat spirit. It's so beautiful how you're clearing more of that out, throat spirit.
So lightheaded feeling. That's what I feel.
Mm-hmm. Good. I'm just gonna sing an Icarus for your body. Bewene goya banuye tahuna pauna inine kie ye kie no ina ye kie. Spirit, let me know when that Icarus has entered in her body and cleans out more poisons. Good. And we're going to increase it. Batun na 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 ma na wa nie taua tawa nie taua na wa nie te ke ie wa ono wa na ka wa na ka ie wa ne ya ine wa ne ya. Good. And spirit, tell me when she takes in that Icarus into her body and it releases even more. And I'm seeing the emotions that are coming up inside of you. That's really good that you're shifting all those different emotions through your system. How are you feeling right now, my dear?
I'm feeling really good. It's kind of like a feeling like everything's gonna be okay. Like you're doing what you be doing. Like it's releasing in the way that it's supposed to, and like it feels really good. Like I do feel it clearing. Like it's this voice that's like, see, everything's gonna be okay. Like you're fine.
Yeah. Isn't that nice? How
Yeah.
speaking to you?
Yeah. And definitely feeling like the sensation of like crying because I'm like, I feel really happy that I feel like this is the right place and time for me to be, and like you're helping me in this time that I'm supposed to. So thank you.
It's an honor to serve you, my love. That's the greatest gift that any child of God could ever do, is to serve another person.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. And you've helped me for so many years. Like, I feel like I think it was like 2019 was the first time I heard a podcast with you and Luke's story. And that was the first time that I was like, oh my God, this guy's like, just everything you said, like, it changed my whole perspective in my life and how I view things. And like, ever since then, I've just been like, trying to be a part of everything that you do and just so grateful for like everything you share always. Thank you.
Thank you for seeing me clearly and thank you for your kind words.
Yeah, I love you so much, Shaman Durek. Thank you so much.
I love you too. And I'm so happy that you're on the planet and that you've chosen to come here with all of us and shine your light. And thank you so much for doing so.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Okay, so I want you to rest, drink some tea after this healing, and know that I'm always here for you.
Okay. Thank you so much. I love you, Shaman Durek. Thank you. Bye. Bye.
You have to push the corner. Did you see? Do you see it in the corner, the little X?
Oh, yes, I do. Okay, sorry, I just wanted a couple more seconds with you. Bye.
I- So that was lovely to be there to support her and her healing, her growth, and recognizing her power. It's really beautiful. I'm super excited. Okay, someone said pick me. Let's see. Someone said pick me. Let's see who that was. Let's see. We get her on here. Remember, I do random picks. I don't follow a sequence.
Hi.
Hello. Is your reception
Wait
good?
a minute. I can't speak English too much, and but I just want to say that I love you, and I really proud of you, and always when I see your life, I'm very happy but from my heart, I just really want to say that, and I love you and your wife, and I really wish you have a very good life.
Thank you, my love. I want you.
Sorry, I can't speak English.
Where
Sorry.
where are you from?
I'm from Iran,
Iran.
Persia.
So you would be Halashitore,
Yes.
right? Halashitore.
And mother language is uh Persian.
Yeah. Did you hear what I said?
What?
I said Halashitore.
Yes. Merci. خوبم. I love you. You're so cool.
Thank you. That's so kind of you to say. Thank.
I wish you can speak Persian.
I love Persian. I need to learn the language. I had a nanny when I was young, and she was Persian, and I used to eat gourmet sabze and all of the yummy, amazing. I love gourmet sabze.
So delicious.
So delicious.
And about kebab.
A bob and the rice, the hard rice.
Yes. Um, I just really want to say a thing. I always see your story about you and your and I always proud of you.
Thank you. That means a lot.
But not going because I have because I like twin flame, and I know it's the way so hard.
Love is the most important thing, and that's what we must focus on. And we're so happy to have an angel like you who stands in our corner. Thank you.
Thank you. Love you. Bye.
Bye.
We should have a really good life
Thank
with
you.
her.
Bye. Well, that was a wonderful, pleasant surprise, I have to say. Always a wonderful thing indeed. Okay, let's see. Such a wonderful energy, so beautiful. It's always wonderful connecting with people. That's why I said this world is so beautiful. So beautiful this world is. Hello, darling. I can't hear you. Hello?
No?
Wait, I said
Can you hear me?
yes.
Okay, cool beans. Hi.
Yeah, hi.
I just was like,
he's going to call me today. So this is perfect.
You
I just
felt
want to
it.
say,
You felt
yeah,
it.
I did. I did. And even though other people were going before me, I was like, nah, he's still going to call me. So that worked out.
All about women's intuition. You can never escape women's intuitions. How can I support you today, my love?
Okay, so I have two very specific questions. Beyond a place of right and wrong, I don't understand why I have these consistent, reoccurring experiences of financial gains, extreme financial losses.
And
Is that
hold on. Let's look at your codes for a second. Pull down her codes on her financial gain and her losses. Okay, 1834. 1834 is it's the fear of having something taken away from you. It's the idea that something's going to be taken away from you, so you end up like getting rid of everything. And it's also the expectation. So whenever you see that, it represents expectation. So whenever I see that number, it represents feeling that there are people are putting expectations on you or demands on you that you are afraid that you have to meet for them if you have a lot. So it's also about you having boundaries, clear boundaries, defined boundaries of what it is you're willing to give, and that when you do give something, you do it from your truth and integrity, not because you feel sorry for someone or because you feel like, oh, I should do this because I have this now and I should get rid of it and do it. So there's an imbalance going on inside of you that you've created where it's like, yeah, I have, and then I get rid of. I have it and I get rid of it. And that's because you haven't come to terms with that part. So let's talk to that part. So what I want you to do is say, the part of me that is afraid to hold on to wealth. Go ahead.
the part of me that's afraid to hold on to wealth?
Why do you feel you have to get rid of it in order to feel safe?
Why do you feel you have to get rid of it in order to feel safe? I just heard her also be taken.
Uh-huh. Remember I said someone's going to take it. Now I want you to say, who am I do I think is going to take it? And where am I allowing people to take it?
Who do I think is going to take it? And where am I allowing people to take it?
Ooh, I got the answer.
I heard mom,
Mhm.
um, and I heard companies.
Okay, so you know what I heard?
What'd you hear?
I heard that you're afraid that people will be upset with you for having it and that they will rely upon you and become lazy and want you to take care of them. And so I heard that it relies in your mom and relationships. And see how you just swallowed just now? Okay, so what I want to do, let's take a look at a code here. The code is 458. So 458 means I don't want to look at the part of my. So that code is someone who doesn't want to look at the part of themselves that's frustrated and upset. So,
Okay.
and when we see that code, it's a frustration and upsetness that has to do with you feeling the burden, the expectation, the what you think people expect of you. There's this part of you that needs to break free from that energy. So my question is, why are you putting all of this pressure on yourself? Okay. Well, let's ask your body. Say body, show me the pressure that I'm putting on myself.
Body, show me the pressure that I am putting on myself. It's my shoulders.
Do you feel that?
Yeah.
See how quick your body.
Always feel that.
Mhm. Now
Yeah.
say mind.
Mind,
Show me the faces of the people that I feel this pressure from.
mind, show me the faces of the people I feel this pressure from. It's all family members.
I told you in the beginning.
Yeah, it's all
Now, okay, emotions, feeling of why I don't want to acknowledge this.
emotions bring up the feeling of why I
I don't want to acknowledge.
I don't want to acknowledge this. So immediately I hear shame
Yep,
and regret came after.
that's right.
Yeah.
So what I want you to do is say, I hear that you feel shameful.
I hear that you feel shameful.
And I want you to know you have no shame for being honest and truthful and having authenticity with yourself.
I want you to know that you have no shame
By being
by being honest
truthful,
and truthful
having authenticity with yourself.
and having authenticity with yourself.
I'm holding space for you right now. Aren't you happy for that? Ask that.
I am holding space for you right now. Aren't you happy for that? I heard most definitely.
And I want you to know you don't have to hold on to this shame.
I want you to know you don't have to hold on to the shame.
And I'm here to support you through it.
And I am here to support you through it.
Aren't you happy that we're clearing that now?
Aren't you happy that we're clearing that now? Yeah, absolutely.
And do you see what's happening to your body when you're talking to your soul like that?
Yeah, I feel more at ease.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, more at ease. Okay. So
Talk to the part of myself that likes to have money and wealth.
say that again. I'm sorry.
What-
I don't.
I'm going to talk to the part of myself that likes having money and wealth.
I want to talk to the part of myself that likes having money and wealth.
I'm sorry
I am sorry
for not ownership of the shame
for not taking ownership of the shame
and making you get rid of the money
and making you get rid of the money
to feel safe.
to feel safe.
What do you need from me moving forward
What do you need from me moving forward
for you to feel safe to accumulate wealth
for you to feel safe to accumulate wealth? I heard belief and faith.
Okay. Thank you. And I respect that and hear that.
Thank you. I respect and hear that.
But what actions do you need me to take with my family to feel secure and safe to carry wealth?
What actions do you need me to take with my family to feel safe to
Carry.
to carry wealth?
Mm. Okay. So you're not wanting to hear what that is, which means you have judgments around it.
Go.
Say, I'm sorry for judging you.
I'm sorry for judging you.
I know you're afraid to hear this,
I know you're afraid to hear this,
and you don't have to be afraid of the unknown.
and you don't have to be afraid of the unknown.
You don't have to be afraid of your truth.
You don't have to be afraid of your truth.
It doesn't make you a bad person for being truthful.
It doesn't make you a bad person for being truthful.
And I want you to know that I'm here to hold that space for you.
I want you to know that I'm here to hold that space for you.
Isn't it amazing? Don't you feel amazing that I'm showing up for you to hold that space where you can say truthful things without feeling bad?
Don't you feel amazing that I am here for you to hold that space?
That you can say truthful things
That you can say truthful things
without God bad.
or judged. Yes.
Great. Now say, what actions do you need me to take with my family in order for you to feel safe to accumulate wealth?
What actions do you need to take with my family in order for you to feel safe to accumulate wealth? I heard peace and forgiveness.
And say, and what do you need me to forgive in order to make this possible? What have what is
Mm,
it haven't forgiven that they have done?
What haven't I forgiven that they have done?
Yeah, you know, and you don't have to say, okay? That's private. Okay? Okay. We have to heal that. Okay? And I'm sorry that you've had to go through that.
Okay.
Okay? But what we have to come into is your own forgiveness for yourself. Okay? And we have to talk to that part of that, which is you have to talk to that part in yourself that hasn't forgiven you because you felt that no one believed you or listened to you. Okay? And that's really important that you do so that you stop sabotaging yourself. Okay? Because punishment does not exist in God. Persecution does not exist in God. Judgment does not exist in God. Okay? It's we who punish ourselves because we either have shame or guilt or we feel that we can never be forgiven for something that it's not even your thing to be like it's not even about you needing to forgive. It's more about you needing to forgive yourself for beating up on yourself for something that someone didn't take responsibility for. You understand?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm not going to talk about it here because it's private. You can send me a DM and I can send you some things I want you to do. But just know that this can be cleared and you can get back in your seat of power where you feel that you can accumulate and not feel like you have to be angry and upset because if you have money then you have to be there for your family and you're still upset with them because of you know what. So I don't want to go into that here because that's your private life. I already know the situation. Spirit's already shared it with me. And I just want you to know that I love you and that I'm here for you. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so just let those emotions come up and acknowledge them. Like acknowledge it and just simply say like I see that you're hurt and sad about this and I'm here for you and aren't you happy that I'm here for you to embrace this in you. So so your soul doesn't feel like it's suffering alone that you're not abandoning it. You're there for it. And you see how your body is feeling? Let's not go into that topic anymore because it's very personal and private. Let's just go into some healing here. Give me 1 second. Spirits that are with her and have been with her since this whole lifetime. It's so wonderful how you're showing up for her every day. All the time. I really appreciate that. I'm also thankful and grateful that you're clearing these energies out of her body right now through her system and for you to find the easiest way for it to release out of her body right now. And it's so beautiful how you're doing it so wonderfully for her at this present moment.
My hands are hot again.
And just
Say it again.
tell me when you feel the increase. But right now they're clearing these energies.
Um, I have the feeling that I have when I do breath work, which my teeth feel electric,
Your teeth feel electric. Okay.
but
Just tell me when even more. I'm just going to add some energy into it. We're going to access some energy. What I want you to see that how you just swallowed like that, that's your body clearing all the stuff out of your body. Okay. And if you feel that burping sensation or anything, just let me know when that increases.
I just felt little burps coming out.
Yeah. If you read my book, Spirit Hacking, that's what we call green gas. And that's how darkness can trap you because they use guilt and shame and ways for you to self-punish yourself. And that's how you go down into darkness. So right now, it looks like you're releasing green gas. So I'm going to ask the spirits to increase that. Spirits, thank you so much for, it's so wonderful how you're showing up for her and releasing that green gas out of her body. Can you increase that now? Good. And spirit, can you tell me when you increase it even more and get more of that green gas out of her body that darkness used to bring her, to get her stuck in that mud, and release it out of her mouth and throat even more, spirits? Let me know when you've done that, spirits. Josephine, it is. Is that Josephine? Yes, it is possible, my darling.
I just felt like tingling all over. And another little burp.
Tell me when it gets more intense.
It's getting intense. The tingling.
Okay, I'm just going to call on the spirit, electrical spirit. Can you find the right electrical frequency to break up the coagulations in her body and any place where she's storing energies that need to release from her system? Thank you. Can you find the perfect one for her so we can get the deep stuff out? Did you get that? Yes, thank you. Electrical spirit, we're going to start at level 1. Okay, that's wonderful. Okay, electrical spirit, go ahead and shock her body at 10,000 with electricity and pull the poisons out of her mouth and throat. Shock her body at 20,000 with electricity and pull the poisons out of her mouth and throat. Shock her body at 30,000 with electricity at level 1 and pull the poisons out of her mouth and throat.
I just felt like pulling in my face.
Uh-huh.
Like a lot of pulling in my face. That's about it.
Shock her body at 40,000 with electricity and pull the poisons out of her mouth and throat. Shock her body at 50,000 with electricity and pull the poisons out of her mouth and throat. And spirits, if she has a lot of poison inside, cough it out of her mouth 20 times if you find the poison in her system. Shock her body at 60,000 with electricity and pull the poisons out of her mouth and throat. It's okay. You don't have to be excused. I'm common. I've had people throw up on me. I've had people throw up in my mouth. I've had crazy things. Okay.
Put it in your mouth.
Yeah, I was over the table of someone like on the ground and they projectile threw up and it went right in my mouth. And I was like, pfft. When you're a shaman, you deal with all kinds of things.
Yeah, that's next level.
Yeah.
Definitely next level. That would have ended the.
All kinds of things. I don't even want to tell you things are gone.
Oh my gosh. That's wild. My hands and feet feel just like pins and tingly and extremely energetic. But I don't feel too much more burping coming up.
That's great. Shock her body at 70,000 with electricity and pull the poisons out of her mouth and throat. Shock her body at 90,000 with electricity and pull the poisons out of her mouth and throat. Let's take a see your body needs any decompression, spirits. Run a scan through her system. If her body needs decompression, yawn it out of her mouth with deep yawns to release the pressure inside of her body.
Yawn.
It's okay. I'm just seeing what spirit is doing. It just lets me know what your body needs. No one's telling you to do anything. I'm talking to the spirits. I'm not talking to you.
I'll stay in my lane.
I always want to see what the spirits want to do. So I ask them to do things and see if they do it. And if they don't do it, then it's not necessary. Spirit, if she doesn't have any pressure to release, check her throat. If there's things that need to be cleared in her throat, swallow her throat 2 times if that's a yes.
Felt that one.
Yeah. That's how I run my checks. That's how I know. That's how I let spirit tell me what to do. I'm not in charge. It's all God. God's in charge. I'm just the orchestrator of the symphony, you know? Okay, spirits, let's go ahead and clear her throat. Spirits, can you match the vibrational frequency up and begin restructuring her throat? Thank you. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. That's 4. That's 5. That's 6. Coughing. Coughing. Poison out. Coughing. Coughing poison. Coughing a lot of poison out. She's purging. She's coughing. That's 7. She's coughing. That's 8, 9. Her nose is running. She's cleaning poison out of her system. Nose is running more. She's swallowing and coughing out more poison. She's coughing out more poison. And she's coughing out 12, 13, 14. She's coughing more. She's coughing out more poison. 16, 17, 18.
Sorry, I need to.
Spirit. If there is more poisons that are in her body that are affecting her life, okay, cough it out of her mouth uncontrollably.
Sorry, I had a lot of spit there.
That's okay. That's 18.
My hands feel super shaky.
Yeah, your body's detoxing. You're going into a shamanic energy. I wouldn't be walking around like you are.
No.
Because you're having a shamanic experience and you're walking around.
I feel antsy. Oh my God, I have to get up.
And no, it's just because you're tripping that you're releasing all that. Spirit, shock her body at 10,000 with electricity and pull the poisons out of her mouth and throat. 23. 24. Shock her body at 20,000 with electricity and pull the poisons out of her mouth and throat. Spirits, open up gateway 76513 in her body. Run the light through that gateway and run energies to remove any disturbing energies and release it out of her mouth through uncontrollable cough 20 times. Spirit, if she's trying to resist it, swallow her throat 2 times or clear it and then cough out the poisons from that gateway.
I didn't know I was resisting.
Because your thoughts, your color, your aura change. So it lets me know you're trying to hold it in.
Okay. How do I stop that?
It's actually a natural process of your fear of the unknown. The more you're going through these, that's why you're walking around, because you have fears that are coming up of wanting to control the situation, but control is not the act of God. Surrender is. And so control comes from fear. And as we release more fear, you needing to hold that space, right? Like right now, Spirit, it's so beautiful how you're clearing the fear out of her body through coughing it out of her system uncontrollably. See, it's just fear coming. Now you're coughing out fear. Out, don't cover the mouth. All that fear is coming. Goodbye, fear. Sending you back to the light. Bye, fear. More fears coming out. Here it comes. When people have a lot of confused like you do, you have a lot of fear. Bye, fear. Bye. Bye, fear. Yes, now she's purging. She's going to throw up. Fear. Bye. Bye, fear. Bye. Bye, fear. Fear, goodbye. Bye, fear. Bye. Bye, fear. Goodbye, fear. Goodbye, fear. Bye bye. Bye, fear. Goodbye, fear. See how your body letting all that toxin out?
Yeah, I'm hot as shit.
Yep, that's all your body. That's your thermogenic system heating up to get rid of all the toxins that your blood vessels, your organs, your tissue, your brain, every part of your body's been holding on to toxins when you keep all that fear inside, because it creates high levels of cortisol, and all that cortisol gets built up in the body and it can't get out. No, this is not an exorcism. We're not doing an exorcism. Stop with the nonsense. This is literally the body releasing fear. And the body strong detox. Good. Tell me when you feel your body getting hotter. I'm going to call in my sister Pele. Sister Pele, beloved volcano sister. It's a pleasure to see you and talk to you. Aloha nui loa kai. I want to ask you if you can show up for our sister today. Thank you. Can you bring Pele fire into her body and heat up her body even more? Thank you so much, Sister Pele. It's an honor to be in your presence. Tell me when you feel Pele's fire coming in.
I feel a little warmth at like the base of my spine. Like
Mm-hmm. Yep. Just tell me when that fire rises.
it's like up and down.
Yeah. Of course, I call Orishas. That's my roots. That's where my ancestry comes from. Yoruba. Yoruba. Alafia. Ashe.
It feels like it's up my back.
Mm-hmm.
Feel like light warmth, like at the base right here.
Yes. Let's see right now. Shango, if you see anything in her, can you clean it out of her system and cough it out of her mouth and use your power on her, Father? Thank you, Shango. Shango got you now. Shango got you now. Oh, Shango, clean her. Yeah. Ewaye bana waye ya bobo koko bobo waye itawa ashe. Oh, clean her, Shango. Clean her. Ashe, Shango, tki papa. Clean her, papa. Uh, clean that child. Clean that child. Yes. Ashe, oh, yeah, abani Shango. Ya Shango, ya Shango. Yes, clean her. I know. It's okay. Let it all go, sweetheart. All the sadness, let it all go. I call Yamaya to clean her with the ocean. All her sadness, take her into a deep cry, deep soul cry, Yamaya. Will you do that for me, Yamaya? You Yamaya. Yamaya, can you take her into a deeper soul cry? Release all the sadness out of her body with the deep sounds, the wailing to the ocean, Yamaya. Ya Yamaya goe mete. Let it all go, child. For new life is let it all go. Yamaya, clean her deeper. More Yamaya, clean her with the oceans. Bring life her body. Yamaya, clean you up, child. Clean you. All the sadness come out. All the emotion come out now. Now Yamaya, clean you. The nephew is giving you love and opening up the spirit world for you, child. The Yamaya come through now, yeah. Come through. Yeah. Madre, yenda de agua, de, wata madre de agua, madre de agua. The ocean clean ya deep, child. Deep, child. Yeah. The power del agua y te, guagua, tu aguane, y te, de amagua, y te, ne, guatecua, el agua, el mar de agua. Yes, you feel it now, huh? Katuwa naman man waye, te kuno mamang waite. Mawi au kuku kumaniyeye. Huh? Kolo kumane wale etiti amawa inda titi awako tumagwa te ete, huh? Yes, the light, luz. Yete kwa maweni, titi nini, tikona mawali, kata kwada manawan, ko okupa ang bawakwani. De agua, yes. You see how transformed you feel now, child? You see how much we love you? Yes, I love you, sweetheart. All the spirits love you. God loves you. Mother and Father, God love you. Jesus loves you. All of us love you. There's no judgment. There's no persecution. There's no condemnation. None of the nonsense that people talk about on earth. That's what humans do. That's not what spirit.
That was intense.
Most people find intense when they come in my presence, but that's normal. That's normal.
Thank you.
How do you? Oh, you see how your body's regulating?
I just feel a lot of internal movement. That makes sense. Yeah.
Every you love, by the way.
Say that again.
Other people, a lot of people are giving you love. Some people want to know your Instagram account so they can follow you.
Oh, Thank you. It's Deity Style Studios, underscore after each word. Oh, I had one more question. I know I've been on here a while. Um, It'll be quick. I have a lot of dreams about things before they happen.
Yes, you have prophetic dreams. You run a number 1222, so that's normal.
Okay. Am I supposed to prevent some of these things?
No,
Uh,
no. Unless spirit guides you to do it naturally, no. You are meant to see things so you can understand to accept your abilities and embrace them.
how do I embrace them more?
You are doing that right now. What are you talking about?
But
That's you calling me into this moment with you and you having this deeply shamanic experience, embracing them, my dear.
okay. Well, that's the stuff.
I do have to I do have to end our time together because I have a webinar that I'm doing and to prepare my prayer and everything. But what I will say is that it's been a pleasure to hold space for you, to love you, to hold space for your existence. And I'm so happy that you exist.
Thank you so much. I'm happy you exist as well. And this was incredibly aligned how this took place. Thank you. Um, just thank you. And thank you for having the courage to be who you are
Thank
in
you.
face of what you're under and what you face. I just watched your Netflix, and that's some shit.
Yeah.
Thank you for still showing up despite all of that hate that's being thrown your way.
It's okay, because at the end of the day, for everyone to know, just ask God, God, do you love me? And God tells me yes, and that's all I need to know.
That's awesome. Okay. Well, I'll let you go. Thank you.
Bye, darling. Well, my loves, that was 2 healings. That's all I could do for today because I already did 2 healings in my sessions. If you ever want to book with me, you can book with me at shamandurek.com. If you want to get amazing activation healings, join the Lit Vibe meditation app on Google and Spotify. Not Spotify, Google and Apple. That where you could do 5-10 minute meditations that activate your energies just like you experienced just now. And we have everything from shadows to, I mean, you name it. It's lit. You can also come into the healing temples. I put everything very inexpensive, except for my private time sessions are not so inexpensive, but the webinars are inexpensive, and so are the healing temples, and so is the app. So I look forward to seeing you in one of those. And if you want to keep informed about if I'm doing retreats or if I'm doing webinars, or you want to get my blogs, you can do that by signing up for the newsletter, and you can do that at shamandurek.com. I love you all. If you're not signed up for tonight's webinar, you're definitely missing out. But if you can't make it, you still should sign up so you can watch it later and tap in. I love you all so much. Remember how powerful you are and that you are a lit leader of legacy, and we're all leaders amongst leaders. There's no hierarchy here. There's no gurus here. We're just leaders supporting leaders and lifting each other up one day at a time. Remember that forever and always, and stay true to you. And remember that God doesn't punish or persecute or judge or condemn. And so don't do it to yourself as well. Love you. And until next time, Amala Ashe. Mwah. Bye.